Hello. So, in half an hour's time, I am getting a haircut. Jesus, it's long overdue, man. But it's crazy how, I'm getting. So, I'm an anxiety sufferer. You know that. That's why you're here watching this video. But I get my haircut at home because getting a haircut is an issue. It's always a freaking issue. Sitting in a barber's shop and having to wait and then having to sit in that chair, and if there's people waiting, they're looking, and you've got to sit still and you can't move, and it's horrific. It's like, I don't know, there's so many people out there that I know can relate to the way that you feel when you're getting your haircut. It's like going to the dentist or going for a doctor's appointment, I guess. Or at least in the doctors you can move around. I suppose getting your eyes tested, that's another thing where you've got to sit still, can't move. Getting a tattoo done. Getting your freaking haircut is such a freaking... it's a thing. I don't know the point of this video. It's just like I'm sitting here thinking, like, yesterday I went for lunch. First time in ages that I've been to a pub. Well, since Devon, I guess. We went out for dinner, didn't we, on the Devon trip, if you've watched those videos. If you haven't, I went yesterday to just a local pub. It weren't that busy at all. In fact, it was pretty empty inside. There was people sitting outside. And we went, and it was nice. And then we sat outside, had a few drinks, and it was just nice. And I managed to get through it. And I had a meeting for work. And that was okay, and it was at home. And the geezer came round, and we chatted about, his website and the things that he needed. And thankfully, he came back to me and said I can do the job. So, the meeting went well. I took my daughter to a hospital appointment last week. Went into the waiting room. I don't know if you remember, if you watched any of my other videos, but I had an appointment for myself for an ENT. Because of my dizzy spells and vertigo and stuff like that. Well, I went to that appointment, but the doctor was running late, so I left. I was waiting for an hour. I haven't rescheduled. But my daughter had an appointment because she had blocked ears. So we waited like a month for the appointment to come through. And then it was last Tuesday I had to take her. And it was exactly the same freaking part of the hospital that I had to go to. And I waited in the waiting room with her. And I was nervous, pacing up and down and stuff, and then I went into the room with her and the doctor and everything was fine. So I did that. But now, in 25 minutes, I've got to get my hair cut. And it's bothering me. And it's just crazy. It's crazy how we just associate feeling weird with these things, knowing that I've got to sit in my own house where I've been sitting all morning, where I had a meeting the other day, and everything was fine. But today, I've got to sit still, and there's going to be somebody stood behind me, cutting what fucking hair I have left on my head. It makes me nervous, because I always get the same sensations. The motion, the swaying, the weird vision, sweating. It's horrible. I'll let you know how it goes, man. I don't know. I don't know the purpose of this video. It's done. I have had a haircut. I don't know if you can see, but I've got like a tan line that runs across my head because I wear a hat in the sun. So that is done. As I say, hairdresser left about 10 minutes ago. I've had a quick shower, freshened up. I look exhausted. That's because I got up at 6:30 this morning. I get up early now. Yeah, I have my reasons. So I'm a lot more tired, but interestingly, it's not making me feel that much more anxious, like day to day. Whereas in the past, doing the school run and that has made me feel like crap during the day, like I can't concentrate on work and stuff like that. But the last few weeks, maybe the last month, I've felt a lot more capable in doing stuff like that. The school run, like taking my daughter, taking my missus to work, and just being generally better around the house. Like, I've got some new furniture and stuff. I've made the house feel more like my home, basically, instead of having all the stuff from the old house and that. I've revamped, bought loads of new stuff for the kitchen and that, and made it feel like my own. So I'm happy at the moment. I'm enjoying, like, it's crazy because I'm having anxiety still, and touch wood, not many panic attacks, if any, like real full blown. I don't think so. I probably will now, but I haven't. And things are good. Like, I went for lunch yesterday, which was really nice, with my girlfriend, yes. And it's the first time we've been out together, like, and done anything like that. So maybe there's a video on dating, like, how the fuck do you cope with dating when you suffer with anxiety and that, because it's not easy. And there has been some not so pleasant experiences.
Awkward.
Please keep your comments to yourself. But yeah, like, it's turned out good. It's turned out fucking marvellous in the end, you know? So I don't know whether I'll include that bit in the video. Probably not. But if I do, there you go. Life goes on. You know what I mean? So the haircut. There was a couple of moments where I felt really dodgy. When I first sat down, because I know this hairdresser, like, she's been here a number of times now since I've lived here. And it's a bit of a cop-out in me being at home for a haircut. And there's probably people watching this thinking, like, you shouldn't do that. That's major avoidance. You should go to the barbers and get your fucking haircut, like a normal person. But, like, for me, it's a massive issue. And I can have somebody come to the house and get my haircut. So, I don't know. Yeah, it is a bit of a cop-out. It is a cop-out. But, tough shit. Like, it's bad enough. As I've been trying to say, it's bad enough me doing that at home. I still experience weird sensations. And I've told the hairdresser about it. Like, and she says, don't worry about it. If you feel weird, like, if you want a break anytime, just say. And it's cool, and we're cool, and we chat, and, like, I'm okay. But I still get those sensations. It's weird. It's like a wobbling sensation. Like, I'm sitting in the chair and I just feel like this flash of just unsteadiness. It's really weird. I've trying to think of how to explain it, because it's not like dizziness. I don't go dizzy, and I don't feel especially dizzy, but there's just this mad flash of unsteadiness, disorientated, I guess. I don't know. It's like, it's impossible, as many of the symptoms of anxiety are, to explain. So I don't know the purpose of this video. It was, I guess, a case of, like, does anybody else experience this shit? Share your stuff in the comments. Like, do you go and get your hair cut? How the hell do you cope with going to get your hair cut? I did. I went to a barber's last year a couple of times and it was okay. But it's just easier for me to have my hair cut at home. So I guess it's an avoidance thing, it's a safety thing, and it's a comfort thing. But I am working on other things. I went out for dinner, as I say. I took my daughter to hospital last week. She had an appointment. You know? So I am still doing stuff. It's just those little... I guess eventually I will go to a barber's if I ever get over anxiety. I don't hold that much fucking hope that I will. I feel like now that I'm just going to live with this forever. Like, that's where I'm at. I don't know whether that's a good thing for me to say on the video, and, like, maybe people are here looking for confidence in the fact that you will get over this. You will never have another panic attack again if you go to the barbers. Well, I'm not so sure. I have anxiety. I continue to, regardless of what I do. So I just try and carry on. That's my plan. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what... Oh, man. I don't know where this video is going. I think I'm going to wrap it up. But what I will say is, I was intending and planning on not doing any more videos for the channel with me in, because they don't seem to get that many hits. I was thinking of reverting back to doing, like, the info videos that I was doing, because they're the ones that get all the hits. So I don't know whether I'll keep a balance or what I'm going to do. I honestly don't know. Like, I weren't planning on making a video about me getting a haircut today, but I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, it's little things like these that people can relate to. Like sitting, whether you get somebody to come and do your hair, or whether you've got a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment. Like, what is it? The trivialist of things. Yeah, I've just remembered something. It was yesterday. Yesterday morning, I took my daughter to school, and I thought to myself that I had enough fuel to get her there and back, and then I had to go and pick my son up because he was going to the cinema to watch Avengers. So I took my daughter to school, and when I left her school to come home, my fuel light was on and the gauge was showing completely empty. So I thought to myself, there's a garage halfway home, I'll drop in there and I'll get some fuel. And when I drove to the garage, it was packed. There was traffic like outside the freaking garage. So I just drove straight past it, and I thought, shit, like, am I even going to make it home? Well, I did. But then when I got home, I thought to myself, okay, I need to get fuel to go and get my son. So I went to the garage that's right near my house, and I have, like, this is genuine, I have never been in there on my own. If we go there, 9 times out of 10, I will send somebody in to pay for the fuel for me. If I don't go in with them, then they'll go in on their own and pay. But yesterday I was on my own. I went to the garage, I got out the car, and as soon as I started putting the fuel in, like, the waves of the weird, dizzy, freaking sweating and heavy breathing and all that shit started. And because I knew that now I was putting the fuel in, like, I've got no choice now. I have to go into the garage and pay. And guess what? I did it. So yeah, the moral of this story, I guess, is, like, we doubt ourselves so much, and we experience these sensations, whatever it is that we're doing, that we've built up in our mind. Like, for me today, it was the haircut. Yesterday, it was the garage. And going out for dinner. You know what I mean? We build these things up, but we always, and because I'm here now recording this bit of video, talking for freaking ages, I made it. I made it through. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be sitting here now. That's the moral of the story. Like, we always get through it. So, just know that. If you take anything away from that, forget the tan line on my forehead. You will get through it.